Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live. Hope you are today. Today is Lionsgate Portal, which is 8/8. And if you are catching this afterwards, so happy you are tuning in. So today, sorry, I'm just going to get a little more centered. There we go. Okay, cool. So today we're going to be talking about the Lionsgate Portal. So if you have never heard of the Lionsgate Portal, it is pretty notorious for being one of the most spiritual days for manifestation, for clearing things that are no longer aligned, and also for truly stepping into your higher purpose and your higher calling. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what is the Lionsgate portal, why is it significant, and we're also going to go through a visualization technique where I'm going to teach you guys how to visualize your dream life, your new life through manifestation. We're also going to talk about things that keep us from allowing our manifestations to come to fruition and a ton of different things that I've learned about Lionsgate. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Madison. I am a Reiki master, I am a medium, and I'm an Akashic Records reader. I also have a 5D Ascension membership that is a online learning academy for anybody who is interested in tapping into their spiritual gifts or ascending from the 3D into the 5D. I already have two workshops up live on the 5D Ascension membership. The first one is a class on how to access your Akashic Records, and the next one is a class on how to connect with and integrate with your higher self. So, a lot of exciting things going on there. As always, it is linked in my bio and in the show notes if you want to see more about that membership. It is only $44 a month, and you get 4 exclusive teachings, activations, workshops, channeled messages, something new every single week. So if you've really been wanting to make your spiritual development a part of your everyday routine or every week routine, this is the perfect way to do it. It is completely online, accessible from anywhere, and it is pretty much a culmination of all the workshops I teach in person, just available online for anybody at any time. So let's get into it. What is Lionsgate? The Lionsgate portal actually runs from July the 27th to August the 12th, but it sort of peaks on 8/8, which is why 8/8 is sort of known as the Lionsgate portal, but the Lionsgate sort of activation time is really for about a 2 week period. 8/8 is really significant because it's when the sun is in Leo, and it's also when the star Sirius is in conjunction with the Earth. And the star Sirius is a huge portal for manifestation, abundance, tapping into new timelines. And so, for literally generations, ever since back in like the Egyptian times, they have known that there are certain days where the energy is heightened, and this energy allows for essentially portals to open for things like manifestation and abundance. So that's why it's called the Lionsgate portal, because it's literally the concept of everything astrologically is coming together in a way that it puts us all in this space of abundance, of bringing in new, of also being able to really clearly see what our purpose is and fully be able to step into that purpose. So I personally found out about Lionsgate quite a few years ago because I was really into the concept of manifestation. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll just like manifest something crazy on Lionsgate and it'll just like come to fruition like that. And not really the case. And what I learned is that there's actually a lot of energetics behind manifestation. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want to manifest $1 million, but you don't feel worthy or deserving of $1,000, much less $1 million. You have to learn how to figure out what limiting beliefs are holding you back from that manifestation. You have to do the work to clear those limiting beliefs, and then you have to step into the version of the person that is embodying what you desire. So I learned for a long time I was trying to manifest from a place of scarcity, from lack, from desperation, and nothing was working. So I started to look into a little bit more of the laws of manifestation, how it actually works. And basically, what I learned is that your thoughts truly do create your reality. If you think, oh my gosh, I'm not worthy, my business is slow, nothing's ever going to change, I'm going to be stuck in this loop forever, I hate my job, that is going to manifest in your reality. If you were like, okay, this is a period where I am growing, I'm learning, my business is starting to flourish, good things are always happening to me, new customers are always finding me, those things start to happen in your reality. And so I did a very simple manifestation the other day. I was like, okay, can I please bring in all of my spirit team, archangels, everybody that I work with, and can you please help me to manifest 2 to 3 new customers coming in every single day? I did this, let's say Monday or Tuesday of this week, and every single day this week I've gotten 2 to 3 brand new customers. So it's so crazy to see how that works, but there was a lot that went into that, right? Like I'm now at a place in my business where I feel worthy and deserving of 2 to 3 new customers finding me every single day because I know that what I do truly helps people to step into their highest timeline, to clear energetic blocks, and to connect with their spiritual gifts in a way that maybe they wouldn't be able to do on their own. So I've basically done the inner work to become the version of me that knows that I'm worthy of that because I'm really good at what I do. And it took me a long time to get to that point. For a while, I definitely, whenever I would get new bookings, I would be like a little bit anxious, like, oh, I hope that like this person's spending their money well with me. I hope that like things come through for them. I hope that, it's a good experience. And now I've had enough experience in readings and classes that I know that nobody finds me who's not supposed to work with me. I have a lot of energetic protection around who I work with in terms of asking my guides to only bring me people who are aligned for me, people who I can help, and people that maybe we have some sort of soul contract where I'm supposed to help them access their spiritual gifts or whatever it is. So I very much now am very confident of knowing, yeah, I can attract new customers every single day, and I don't have to be nervous about that because I'm the kind of person now that knows that what I do is going to be a good investment of these people's time, money, and energy to be able to work with me on a spiritual level. And so that's just a small example. But essentially, what I've learned is that whatever you want to manifest, you normally can't go 0 to 100 unless you've done the work to be that person. So, first thing that we're going to do in this is actually going to be an exercise, a visualization, a journaling, a manifestation time. So, if you want to pause this, get a journal, grab your journal, come back, we're going to go pretty deep today where I'm going to take that example that I just gave you guys and we're going to unpack it with an example of something that you guys want to manifest. So, let's get into it. The concept behind manifestation is that your thoughts create your reality. But in order to do that, your conscious and subconscious have to be aligned. So consciously, you could write down, I want to manifest $1 million, I want to manifest $1 million, I want to manifest $1 million. But if at the subconscious level, you still have blocks around scarcity, lack, feeling like there's not enough, uncertainty, you're not going to be able to manifest that. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to start with writing down the thing that you want to manifest. What is it that you want to manifest? I'll give you just, 30 seconds or so to write down one really specific thing you want to manifest. Not how you want to manifest it, but just what you want to manifest. Maybe it's money, maybe it's freedom, maybe it's a thriving business, maybe it's a romantic partner, maybe it is a good group of friends. Whatever it is you want to manifest, write that thing down. Okay, so now I want you to identify why you want that thing. So let me give you an example. Right now, what I'm trying to manifest is 100 subscribers to my 5D Ascension membership. And so let's get to the root cause of why I want that. Because on the surface, I was like, oh yeah, it would be really cool to have 100 subscribers because that would give me a good amount of income coming in from that to sort of offset the time and energy that I'm having to put in to that every month. And so that I don't have to kind of take extra days away from like my family and I can instead have that as part of my normal business revenue. Because prior with me starting it, I was having to take extra days on the weekend where I wasn't already in, my day-to-day business to sort of build this, to build the website, to do all of that, right? Now I'm like, okay, I want to have 100 subscribers, not only because obviously from a financial standpoint, that would be incredible, but also from the standpoint of if I was was able to have that many subscribers, that money coming in would offset the time and energy that I'm putting into it. So I could then have the time and freedom to spend more time with my family and not have to do this extra building on additional days. So it's not that like, oh yeah, I want to manifest 100 subscribers because I want to have 100 subscribers or I want the money that comes with. It's more that I want to make this an active piece of my business model where I'm able to spend the time and energy and money to continue to develop myself, to continue to have new topics and new things that we're learning about in the membership. So it's a lot more than just, oh, I want to manifest these subscribers because I want the money. It's more that I know that that allows me the time and energy to do things like learn how to remote view better, learn how to astro travel better, learn how to activate my Merkaba better, your light body. There's all these areas that I really want to work in that I don't really have the time and energy right now to put into. And if I started to have more money come in from that stream, then I would be able to explore all these other avenues, be able to spend more time with my family, and ultimately it would be a big piece of going towards the financial freedom of being able to, work on and make these videos when I want to and works with my schedule. There's so many reasons behind what we want to manifest other than just the money. So at first I was like, oh yeah, the money that comes along with having 100 people subscribe to a membership platform would be great. But then I started to delve deeper and I was like, oh, there's actually a lot of reasons that I want this. It's definitely not just money. Yeah, money's a factor, but what does the money allow me to have, do, be, or create? So that's just a small example. So take a minute to think about that thing you want to manifest. How does that translate to your life? What is the root cause or the root reason that you want that thing? Take a minute just to think about it. Is it that you want money, but really the money allows you to have financial freedom, more time with your family, to be able to retire earlier, to travel? What is it you actually want? Not the thing on the surface level, not the 3D thing, but what is it that you really want to feel aligned? If you need to take a moment, pause, and think a little bit deeper about why you want that thing, feel free to do that. If you're just coming on the live, hello, so glad you're here. We are talking about manifestation on the 8-8 portal. So far, we have talked about what it is that we want to manifest, and we're getting to the root cause of why we want to manifest that thing. From there, I want you to identify any limiting beliefs that you have that might prevent you from being able to manifest that thing. So let's go back to my 100 subscribers on my membership platform. Limiting beliefs that I might have might be things like, ooh, am I really worthy enough of 100 people thinking that I'm a good enough spiritual teacher or thought leader to subscribe to my platform? That's a limiting belief. Am I really worthy of being able to spend more time resting and relaxing and doing the inner work instead of having to constantly hustle? Because I had a limiting belief for a long time that money doesn't come to you easily. Money comes difficultly. You really have to hustle. You really have to work hard. And having something like a membership platform where I'm continuing to invest in myself in order to continue to upgrade the content and the level of teachings that I'm providing in that, it all has to be able to flow together, right? So that's a limiting belief of money is hard to come by, you have to hustle to make money, all of that. So that's a limiting belief that I have to sort of let go of as I think about my goal of being able to impact a ton of people and teach a ton of people how to go from the 3D to the 5D, how to access their Akashic records. I have to be comfortable with a large amount of people wanting to work with me in order to be able to impact the amount of people that I truly desire to impact, right? And so for a while, I had a limiting belief that was, oh yeah, there are so many other better spiritual teachers out there. Why would people want to follow me, right? That's a limiting belief. Because I now, on the flip side of that, truly believe that everybody has their own audience, right? So if you're drawn to me, it's for a reason. Maybe we have a soul contract, maybe we have past lives together, maybe the style of how I teach just really resonates with you. But if you're drawn to my content, just like I'm drawn to the spiritual teachers that I look up to's content, it's for a reason. And I truly believe that everybody has their own audience, right? So everybody has this audience that is out there waiting for them. And so it's like if you have a dream or a goal or a mission or a vision, and you're like, oh, well, other people are already doing that. Yeah, but that dream is placed on your heart for a reason because you are the one who's supposed to bring that to light in your own authentic way, not how anybody else is doing it, right? And there's going to be obviously people that resonate with the way that you do things that are supposed to sort of find you or come to you during this process. So take a moment, write down any limiting beliefs that you feel are keeping you stuck, or any limiting beliefs where maybe you feel like you don't deserve what it is you're wanting to manifest. This can also be limiting beliefs that are not yours. So I definitely learned that from me, a lot of my limiting beliefs started in childhood. There was definitely an energy of scarcity, lack of not enough in my childhood. And so a lot of those limiting beliefs I took into this adult version of me, always thinking that there's not enough, or that, there's enough for other people, maybe not enough for me, rather than aligning with the belief that I am inherently worthy, I am inherently abundant, wealth comes to me easily, I have a purpose. When I step into that purpose, everything starts to align for me much easier, right? And so the more you truly step into that realization that whatever dream or thing you want to manifest, you probably have some limiting beliefs that aren't yours that are keeping you from being able to get to that thing. So take just a moment, think about what it is that you want to manifest, and then maybe why you feel unworthy or undeserving of being able to manifest that thing. So now we are going to release all of these limiting beliefs. So one thing that you can do is if you're journaling, you can literally write, I cancel all contracts, negative beliefs, negative thinking traps, negative thinking patterns that have kept me stuck or kept me feeling unworthy. You can burn that sheet of paper, you can tear it up, you can just do an X through it, you can say, I release these limiting beliefs. You want to do something to show these limiting beliefs aren't yours, and you're choosing to release those, or you're choosing to move on from those. Once you have done that and you have released your limiting beliefs, I want us to now go into a process of visualization. I want you to close your eyes, get comfortable, and I want you to visualize you going to sleep tonight. And you're going to sleep tonight as the last day of this version of self. It's the last day of you being this old version of self before you wake up tomorrow and are stepping into that higher timeline or waking up as your highest self. Just visualize and think about, what would that feel like? What would it feel like to go to sleep tonight knowing it's the last day of that old timeline and that you're stepping into that new timeline tomorrow when you wake up? Just take a moment to just really feel how good that feels. Maybe you notice you're smiling, maybe you feel really peaceful, really content. Just allow it to flow through. Now I want you to imagine you are waking up. You are waking up to the first day of this new timeline. You're waking up to the first day of this manifestation coming to fruition. What does it feel like? What are you doing during the day? What is it like when you wake up? Where are you waking up? Is it where you currently are, or is it somewhere else? Is it with who you're currently with, or is it with somebody else? Maybe you're alone and you want to visualize yourself waking up with a partner who loves you and adores you. Maybe you're stepping into that energy. Maybe you've always wanted to move out of your hometown and move to a beach town, and you're visualizing yourself waking up there. Maybe you've always wanted to have the courage to wake up and start the business that's been on your heart for 10 years. Maybe you're waking up and you're taking the first step to start to build that business. Whatever that thing is, I want you to just take a minute to just visualize a day in the life of that person. What is that version of you doing, being, creating? How is she showing up? Who is she connected with? All of that. As you visualize this, notice yourself feeling at peace. Notice yourself feeling maybe a heightened sense of love or gratitude. Notice yourself feeling really joyful. You can pause the video and stay in this moment for as long as you would like to. So if you want to stay in this moment a little longer, continue visualizing your higher self, your highest life. Feel free to pause the video and come back when you're ready to move on. Once you're ready to move on, I have a final exercise I want you to do. I want you to take a moment to either reflect on or journal with how that felt. What was that version of you doing every day? Is it similar to what you do now? Is it completely different than what you do now? How did it feel to be that version of you? Take a minute to journal on that or to think on that. And after you've done that, I want you to pick one thing that you can do today, tomorrow, this weekend, this week to start embodying that version of self. Maybe you've always been wanting to start a fashion travel blog and you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna make the Instagram to start to post the 300 things that are on my mind that I wanna start sharing with people. Maybe you've been wanting to go all in on starting a dog rescue. Maybe you're gonna take a moment to start to look into what would actually be needed for you to bring that dream to life. Whatever it is, take the moment to think about one thing that you can do to bring that higher version of self into this current reality. And I would also encourage you to do that exercise again when you're going to sleep tonight. When you're going to sleep, literally picture yourself, okay, I'm going to sleep as the last day of that version of self. When I wake up tomorrow, I am now this new version of self. What does that look like? How does it feel? And do this visualization every single day until that new life becomes your reality. And if right now you are living in your car and you're wanting to manifest a house in Malibu, trust that it's okay that it's going to take a little bit of time. Maybe you are always manifesting that house in Malibu, but maybe it's not overnight. And that was a big thing that was hard for me, was being able to release all the limiting beliefs that come up around whatever it is I was trying to manifest, and just be able to trust that getting one step closer every day is still allowing that manifestation to come to life, even if it feels slower than I would like. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit of clarity and some things to work on for the 8-8 portal. If you are finding this after the 8-8 portal, no worries at all. It is always a good time to manifest. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to work with me, I have a few different options as to how you can do that. I do have an office in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where I'm at right now. I offer Akashic Records readings, Akashic classes, mediumship classes, Reiki sessions, and I also do a lot of other just workshops, events, book clubs, girls' nights, that sort of thing. So if that's what you're interested in, I would love to meet you in person. If that is not doable for you in person, I also do online Akashic Records readings. They are offered virtually from anywhere in the world via Zoom. They are very much just as effective as working with me in person. And you can also always join my 5D membership, which is going to allow you to have access to new teachings, channeled messages, and activations every single Monday. All of that you can find at the link in my bio or at the link in the show notes. I am on all social media platforms as at A Holistic Awakening, and my website is aholisticawakening.com. So I hope to see you guys in person or online or in my 5D membership. Have a beautiful day and have a fun 8-8.